Welcome, ladies. It is orientation week. So we have a small crew, as you can see, and but I wanted to go ahead and do an intro video, just about kind of go over what our first week is going to look like. So kind of during orientation week, I'd like for you to go ahead and go ahead and get yourself oriented in the Facebook group. Go ahead and introduce yourself. I'll get a post going for us, introduce ourselves, so we can get to know each other. And then what I'll do is in this video, I'm going to go through the files, and I've got our orientation packet in the files. I got a grocery list. I've got recipes, workouts. I'm going to go through those here for you here in a couple of minutes. But go ahead and get yourself kind of oriented through the Facebook group. We're going to have our first phone call this week. And so I've got a post in here in the Facebook group as well. I want to throw out and see if we can kind of go ahead and nail down a time for this week. So go ahead and respond in the Facebook group. With our small group, I don't think it'll be probably too hard to set up our call. But we'll have this call weekly, and it'll just be a great chance to check in with each other, have kind of a Q&A. You can come in and share how you're doing. There are a number of things we'll kind of be talking through that time, and then we'll have bonus calls in there too. We'll have some guest experts come in. We have like a hormonal balance. We've got someone coming in and talk about food cravings. Got someone talking specifically about mobility and stretching, and plant-based nutrition. And so I've got 6 people coming in to come speak with us over the course of the next kind of 3 months or so. So that we'll have some of those people come in on extra times or during our check-in times too. So with that, what I want to do is go through some of the things in our file section here. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, I'm looking up recipes. In the file section here, you will notice, first of all, let me go back here for a second. So here's our Facebook group, okay? And you will notice on the left-hand side, you'll notice there's discussion, there's members. If you click here, you don't see it yet. That's this is an old work account, but there'll be anybody in our group will be listed here. This is a private Facebook group, so nobody can see anything in the news feed and your news feed on Facebook. Nobody can see comments or anything like that. So events, we won't have any events. Videos, I'll have any videos. You'll notice this one will be in here. Any videos that you'll see will be posted in this section here. Photos, same deal. Files, this is where a lot of the files will be housed here. You can take any of these with you. I actually encourage you to, if you see something that you want to copy and save and save in your own documents, any of this stuff you can take. Same with videos. So I'll go ahead and start at the bottom. I've got I got the sheet on goal setting, okay? So I will go ahead and pull this one up. So I've kind of mapped out for the next 90 days a goal setting sheet. You can use this one or you don't have to use this one. I've given it to you as a format. I'd love to be able to use it. If you want to be able to share with us every week, just so you know, at the beginning of the week, I will have a post for us to kind of share some things that have gone well, some like wins for us and things like that. And so, and we'll have an opportunity to be able to share our goals in there too. So this is for you to be able to keep track. I want to pair you guys up if you want to have accountability partners to be able to share with someone, things like that, and or you can just share all in the group. So having that format is great. So this should be laid out for you. I've got kind of what are your goals for the month. We can actually, that I've laid out weekly what your exercise goals are, nutrition goals are, what did I realize and what area do I need to adjust this week, and proud of myself for accomplishing X, Y, Z. So that is the goal sheet. And then I will say about that, it kind of goes down. I've got it in a PowerPoint just because it was much easier, but I've got it mapped out over the next 90 days. Let's see, I've got some files in here just on benefits of drinking water. I'm going to touch on this just so you guys know, talk more about some of these things in the files. I wanted to provide, and there's going to be more. I'm going to be providing more throughout the next 90 days. I'm going to be dripping things out each week as we go over different topics. But I wanted to provide a few things in here. Some on water. We'll be talking really on the importance of that, why it's important for your body, and how it will help you in weight loss, and how it just helps your body overall in different areas. Got different examples of protein, carbohydrates, vegetables, healthy fats. I'm going to pull that up for you. So I've just got a list of that here, just so we can break down kind of, we'll be talking again over kind of week 2 and week 3. Actually, week 3, we'll be talking a little bit more balancing kind of a perfect plate and what that looks like. But I wanted to provide this for you now, knowing that there's going to be a lot of questions about what are we going to be eating and on things like that. And so more to come on that. For right now, I will tell you as far as, well, let me get through, I'll get through some of these first. So I've got some plant-based protein. I pulled some things off of Pinterest here just to kind of show you if you're looking at, hey, I'm wanting to get more vegetables or eat more of a plant-based diet and things like that. Here's some great protein items here. So workout videos. I think I already mentioned to you guys in a video, some of you may know, I'm injured at the moment. I actually just had surgery last week, and or was it about 9 or 10 days ago? So I'm recovering from that, and I'm unfortunately not able to do any workout videos, but I pulled some videos out, and these are all strength training based videos, and I will do a video just specifically on working out and what the importance is on that. But I wanted to, just for orientation week, get us go ahead and looking at some of these videos, and go ahead and get started if you want to. I will go ahead and go through all of these things in our phone call and kind of share with you in more in depth, but I'm just going through the files at the moment. So those are just strength training, and then these are some ideas on working out, like cardio or just different ways of moving our body is all in here. You can certainly read through these at your own leisure. See if there's anything else. Orientation packet. So you should have all gotten this. I did make a little bit of changes to them, but I think I emailed everybody. So go ahead and go through this week. I've got a couple more documents at the very top of this, the file sheet that I want to show to you that weren't fitting in here as well. So I wanted to at least mention those would be good ones to go through this week. So I want you to go through the health assessment, send it in to me. I want to definitely encourage you. If you don't feel comfortable, that's okay. Go ahead and go through this assignment, digging deep on why, really why you want to reach these health goals, what it is you want to do. And then I've got your vision board and letter to your future self. And the other thing that I wanted you to do this week is this one right here, celebrating and releasing the past 12 months, and then the getting unstuck assignment. So go ahead and go through those 2 this week. And if you have any trouble with any of those, know that we will, the one, especially the getting unstuck, that's going to be some things that we might be looking at. I don't know if you've ever heard the term limiting belief, but we'll be looking at some maybe sabotaging thoughts you may have, some things that maybe have hindered us in our own weight loss in the past, and we're going to actually address those things. And the reason we want to address those is because we want to work through them, work past them, and it'll get you to a point of where we're going to actually work through that weight loss, some areas that maybe have held us back in the past. So, so that's what that is going to be. So the celebrating and releasing the last 12 months sheet. I've got a lot of things open right now on my desktop. I should probably start taking some off. Let's see if I can find it. Close all windows. Okay, let me try again here. All right, so for this one, what I'll have you do is go ahead and just read through it, read through the questions all right here. It should be a great little assignment for you. So that's what this is. You're just kind of going through what the last 12 months are like. Some good things, maybe some good lessons you learned. So that's what this assignment is. And then last one I want to at least mention for orientation stuff is this one right here. It's called Getting Unstuck. And this one might be kind of hard to get through. And so know that if you can't get through it all this week, that is okay. We can work on it together as a group, or I can help you work through that too. So as you read through this, we kind of talk a little bit about what a limiting belief is, maybe how they were actually, maybe where it came from. We kind of work through that in this little assignment, how it's maybe served us, and then how we're going to kind of work through that assignment. And then on the bottom, I've kind of got a list of some examples, and some of these might kind of resonate with you. And so one might be an example being right in the middle, I hate exercising. So I can watch, so how the current limiting belief is you hate exercising. So how has that served you? You can actually relax more. I can actually go watch more TV, have more time to do other things. And so where did that originate from? It was, maybe when you were younger in PE, you were made fun of, and so you always just kind of held yourself back from doing any kind of exercise. So the ideal belief is actually what exercising does, it actually makes me feel better. So so that's what we want to do, is kind of switch that around. So there's a number of things in here that you can kind of work through and talk about, but there might be a number of things like I never liked vegetables. And how has that actually served you? You can actually eat more junk food. And so where that originate from, I never ate them as a child, and I always had a hard time eating them. And so the actual ideal belief is when you are eating vegetables, it actually makes me feel incredible. It makes me feel better. So tune into what your body's telling you and how you actually feel in those things. And those are some of the things that we'll kind of work through as a group. Another one on here, number 2 on the list, is I will always be fat. How did that serve me? So I never have to worry about getting arrogant attention from men. Where did that originate from? I was made fun of in school for my size. And the ideal belief is I'm actually fit, and I actually feel good about myself. I feel confident in myself. So whatever that is for you, whatever the ideal belief, and sometimes you may have to fake it until you believe it. And that's okay for right now. Another one I want to mention here is losing weight is hard work and it sucks. That's the current limiting belief you may have. How has that served me? I don't have to put in the energy to try to lose weight. So where did that originate from? I have been on a diet since I was 16 and still haven't lost weight for good. And so the ideal belief is losing weight and discovering my healthy body is a fun journey to learn more about myself and my body, so we can actually work together as a team. So those are some ways to kind of at least get you moving forward and maybe help you a little bit on this assignment. So let me get back to the file section here and see what else is in here. So we got workout videos. I've got in here the food swap. It's actually a little recipe guidebook that I have that I actually give to anybody that signs up on my email list. But I wanted to provide this for you as some additional recipes for you and stuff like that. So I actually have some recipes. Let's see if I have them. I'll pull that up for you. So I'll go through it with you. I have some recipes. I got some breakfast, lunch, and dinner recipes, and I'll continue to add on to those as well. Grocery list, added that in here too. I will say on here, one is I'm going to tell you, I'm listing some items. This is not a be-all, end-all by no means. I'm going to add more to them as the weeks go on. I'm listing some things. So my approach is I want us to look at ingredients. And so I want us to look at high quality ingredients, and I want us to look at doing better. So we're not being perfect, we're not striving for perfection, but we're going to do a strive for going better. So if right now we're looking at, right now I'll go to McDonald's, or I happen to go out to eat at a fast food restaurant 3 to 4 times a week. Well, I want you in choosing Big Mac. Well, I want us to choose a better option. I want us to look for a better. So does that mean right now we're going to look at organic, non-GMO? We'll probably won't be right now. And so what we'll probably do is I want you to look at, maybe going down to 1 or 2 days at McDonald's, and let's look at the chicken sandwich or maybe a salad or something that's better for our body. So we're tuning in and we're going to listen in, and I'm going to teach you guys kind of how we're going to put in good, high quality products into our body, because that's what we're, end of the day, is we're trying to treat ourselves well. So I'm going to teach you how to portion control, teach you how to listen to our body and what it needs best. So we're going to go away from dieting. We're not going to be like doing we're not doing a diet plan. I will say if we're in a place where we need to track some things, I understand there's a time and place for that, but I'm not big on like saying how we have to count calories. I do think there's a time and place to be able to do that, just to teach ourselves a few things. But I wanted to give us a list of some items that are in the grocery store to kind of look for, and I listed some brand names in here. And so milk items to coffee creamers and breads and condiments and chips and things like that. There's plenty of more items in here, and I'm going to continue to add brand names in here. If you have a certain brand name that you like and you want to add to the list, comment on this post, and I'll add it to the list. And so we're going to look at those high quality items. If you're not quite there yet and you're not quite at some of these higher quality foods, that is okay. I'm not, we're striving for that. We're not looking again for perfection. We're striving towards that. So I don't want us to compare or beat ourselves up if we're not feeling like we're doing it well enough. So that's the grocery. That's some groceries on here. This is by no means an be all end all. Obviously, there's a lot more things that we could do. So even as we look at this week at orientation week, we're getting ourselves oriented, okay? So we're not getting ourselves feeling like we need to do an overhaul and clear out our entire pantry or anything like that. So what I'm going to be doing is kind of teaching you on reading ingredients, teaching you on what are some better food options and things like that. So, so for right now, take a look at these items. If there's anything you want to start to buy at the grocery store, let's start to do that. And then portion, I have 3 documents in here that are on portion sizing. So I want us to be aware of what we're eating, and we'll have some videos and be teaching a little bit more an awareness piece on food portion, things like that. But here's some things to be looking at, kind of, we may have all heard that, protein is the size of our palm. And so, there's on these 3 documents, take a look at them and you'll start to look at portions and things like that. And so these are, again, just things to look at the moment. And these are not things that we are start to put into place, but these are things that I'll be teaching and doing videos on. So the other thing that I wanted to show you before heading off in the discussion here is that I do have a post in here on, if you can, go ahead and respond about when a good time to do our weekly phone call. And then I do have a list of recipes that I'll be adding in here as well. I've got a few more adjustments I'm making to it, so I won't necessarily go over that with you because I thought it might be a little bit easier to pull up. Let me pull it up real quick, actually. I'm still making some adjustments, so apologize for that, and it will not look like this at all. So just to kind of go over with you, I've got some breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This will get us through, and I'll continue to add to them too. So just to give us a little bit of variety. The main thing I want us to be thinking about is we're not, again, going for perfection. These are some good, clean meals. But we're looking at right now, if you're looking at, hey, right now I eat about 50% good, if you want to say good or bad. I don't even like to say good or bad, but like kind of a cleaner. And I probably maybe 50% of the time don't eat so well. I eat more junk food. So what we want to do is strive for something a little better. So I want to go for 60%, kind of a clean eating, to 40% maybe that's off that a bit. So when we start striving for just a little bit better, making small adjustments, small goals, that's what we're looking at right now. So these are just some guidelines and just some suggestions for meals. That's what some of this is for right now, and I'll have this in the file section for you. So I just wanted to kind of go over that with you. Again, as you can see, I'm kind of adding some more pictures and stuff for you. But here's all the meals here: lunch, breakfast, and some dinner. And this is not, these are just ideas and suggestions for you to kind of give you some guidance and guidelines, but this is not meaning you have to follow this. These are just some good, clean meals for you. Okay, so I'll stop sharing this for you. So if you got any questions, let me know. I will be popping in. I'll do live videos. I'll kind of pop in and check in with you. But all of our videos, I'll kind of go ahead and be housing either on my website or in here. Right now, I'm going to just post this orientation one on this in the Facebook group for right now. So for right now, go ahead and get yourself oriented with all the files. Glad you're here. Go ahead and take a look at any of those things. If when you go to the grocery store, you probably have already been to the grocery store this weekend, and that's very okay. I don't want you freaking out. We're not doing any freaking out at the moment. Doesn't mean we have to have everything in place, and that is very okay. I've designed it that way, and so I'm going to set it up to where we're going to be working through some stuff. We're going to do your health assessments, your measurements, kind of get you weighed in, kind of get you going through and doing the assignments, and then we'll kind of talk through of how to set you up with kind of some eating, and I want to talk to you about what you're eating. And so our phone call even on this week, I want to talk to each one of you and what you're specifically, how you currently eat and stuff. So that's what we're going to kind of do, is talk a little bit about how we can kind of work through specifically on your specific how you specifically eat, because we all honestly kind of eat a little differently, and so what kind of work and tailoring what works good for you. So that's what orientation week looks like for right now. So go ahead and go through all the files, go through orientation stuff, go and introduce yourself in the group, and then let me know when a good time is for the call, and we'll go and get jump started, and look forward to seeing you guys over there.